Welcome in, back against the wall, another episode. I'm here with my good friend, Nems himself. What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
So, you do social media as well.
Yes.
How'd you get started with social media, brother?
Well, I used to be an accountant back in the days. I graduated college around 2015, and then I was an accountant in corporate for about another 3 years. And, I was miserable. I was miserable at work. I hated my job. I hated my life. And as an escape, I used to come home from work, go straight to the gym. And then from the gym, I'd come home and start streaming on Instagram. No money involved. Just go live with other Instagrammers, chit-chat with the chat a bit. And I think it was 2019, 2020 when COVID hit. I remember I lost my job. And I remember a bunch of my viewers were like, Nems, you should try TikTok. You should try TikTok. I was like, what a joke. I used to look at, I downloaded the app and I saw, what people were doing. People were dancing and it was like a kid's app at the time. And I was like, dude, I would never do this shit. This shit is like stupid. What the fuck? Anyways, I had a friend. He posted a video and it went viral. And I was like, shit, why don't I try it? I posted a video. Nothing happened. 2 videos, nothing happened. 3 videos, nothing happened. I was like, dude, fuck this. I gave up on that thing. I didn't look at it for 3 months. The same friend, he posted on a story on Instagram. I'd say like 2 or 3 months later, he went viral again. I was like, bro, what the fuck? So I remember I would live stream during that time on Instagram. And then I was like, dude, if he could blow up, I could blow up too. So I went into my archives on Instagram and I was like, let me look for a funny video. Let me see something that would be funny. So I remember I was at this nightclub one time and this chick was, drunk, like wasted. We had a section and I kept recording her, to troll her or whatever. And I ended up taking her home. And, I kept recording. I just kept recording. I took the phone out while she was on my bed. And you won't believe it. I made her do my laundry, drunk. So I put those 2 clips together, posted it on TikTok. I said, when you find them at the club, bring them home so they could do your laundry. I posted that. It didn't blow up. I was like, yo, dude, I give up. TikTok's not for me. I'd say about a few days later, my phone blows up in the middle of the night. Notification after notification. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I opened the app. 800,000 views. After days, I was like, what the fuck? I kept refreshing. Another 10,000. Every second, 10,000, 10,000. So the dopamine started hitting, And, dude, I just took it from there. I didn't do any trends, but I did funny shit, like shaving my face. People were like, went from uncle to baba, or like went from daddy to uncle. I don't know, shit like that. And I had fun with it. And I said, dude, if I could make money off of this app, if I could make whatever I'm making at accounting, I'll quit it. And so I went to my mother one day. Live streaming feature came out on Instagram. And I told my mom, I was like, Mom, look, I don't want to do accounting anymore. I told her, I was like, dude, let's start a family business. Let's do something. I'm miserable. I can't do this for the rest of my life. And my mom was like, oh, this is just temporary. You know when they don't believe in you?
You said Instagram. You mean TikTok? Instagram feature, TikTok feature.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, dude, Mom, look, my numbers are matching what I'm making at my job. She was like, oh, this is just temporary. Yeah. Don't be stupid. You have a good job right now, grow from there. But my vision was never, settle for less. God always gives God gives you the imagination. Steve Harvey said this. He goes, I give you the imagination. God gave you the imagination, not your mom, not your friends. It was meant for you. So I believe whatever you put your mind to, and you dream about it, it will become a reality for you one day. And that's how it took off. I was able to, quit my job. I built a team on TikTok.
There you go.
I built a team on TikTok, and I'm so glad people come watch me for entertainment. Even I, as an entertainer, creator, influencer, whatever it is, I escape my own realities streaming. So it works both ways, you know. And I'm glad. I'm glad this has happened because, you know, in life I don't plan what I want to do. I don't have a plan. I don't have a set plan. You know, people wake up 4 a.m., go to the gym, sit down, write down what you're gonna do for the day. I never did that in my life. I was always tunnel vision. I had the end goal where I wanted to be. I just didn't know how to get there. And I feel like I'm a leaf in the air and the wind is just blowing me left and right, up and down, sideways, whatever it is. I still got to reach that goal. That's how I live my life. I never imagined I would get to where I am today, this quick. And I'm still not at the finish line. But, you know, you never know what happens. You never know what happens. Just keep a positive mindset and see where it goes.
There you go. I mean, I'm very proud of you, man. You came a long way as well. I've seen you grow from start to finish. So I wish you the best and to continue to succeed, man, on social media.
How did you start?
How did I start? Okay, so just like everybody uses Instagram, Facebook, all these different social medias for family and friends, I did as well. And I remember the way I started TikTok was my brother and I during COVID were just playing with our phones. We weren't really working much. And he turns around and he tells me, man, I got 300,000 views on this video that I posted on TikTok and I have 30,000 followers overnight. And I go, let me see that shit. And I see it and I'm like, there's no freaking way. And being that I grew up in a very competitive household and my brother played soccer, I played soccer, my brother played basketball, I played basketball. We always competed. Oh, who's going to make the most 3-point shots? Who's going to get the upper 90 free kick in a game? Who's going to score more goals in a game? You know, we were competing against each other, but in the end goal, we were helping one another become better versions of ourselves. And that's a great trait to have in a house with your brother or your sister or whoever. And I looked at TikTok the same way. My brother was younger at the time during COVID. He was like, I don't know, 19, 20. He was real young. And I looked at it as, this shit is for children, man. I'm not going to do this. What am I going to do TikTok for? So I could dance? You know, I have a bunch of older friends. I'm 22, 23 at the time. I have 35-year-old friends, you know, that are big ballers, you know. And I'm going to be on TikTok while I'm going out with these type of guys. There's no freaking way.
Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
But when you first started, how many people shitted on you? How many fucking people shitted on you? And what, guys, today, how can I make a video?
Perfect. I wanted to talk about that.
How can I make a video?
So let's talk. Let me finish off on how I got started, and then we could jump right into that discussion. That's an amazing point. So I started posting a couple videos. I didn't do too well. Long story short, third video, notifications going crazy. 180,000 views on a video. I had like 15, 20,000 followers. I'm all excited. That dopamine is hitting. I'm going and going and going. And I started doing really well.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I don't know if I ever told you this, but on my FYP page, I saw you a couple times and I said, damn, this guy has a really nice beard.
Yeah.
And he's one of the only other creators on this platform that has a nice beard. And I admired your videos. I really liked your videos. And I said, you know, these type of clips that you would post, sometimes I would post similar shit. And I've seen like people post very similar things because that's how TikTok works off one another.
You were doing the voice. I remember seeing you too. You were doing the voiceovers. I was like, who is this guy? That like,
yeah.
You know, your brother actually came into my live. Your brother was the first one to reach out to me, and he was like, "Hey, Nems, we should do a live stream together,
Yeah,
or whatever, make content."
And that's the beautiful thing, man, about TikTok and all these social media platforms, man. You get to collaborate with other influencers, creators, and that's a beautiful thing. So I started off doing that as a joke. TikTok as a joke. I was getting the followers, the viewers, whatnot. So I worked in the union after COVID, you know, got back to normal after there was no more COVID. And I was working my union job, Local 7, grinding and polishing terrazzo floors. And I did TikTok as a joke, as for fun, for views and likes and followers and whatnot. And then we fast forward, and I was able to do live matches and whatnot. We were able to do the battles, build a little live community, which I have to thank you personally because you are part of the reason why I do the live matches. And I wanted to thank you personally because you introduced the live matches to my brother. My brother introduced them to me, man. And I was able to build a community because you put us on, man. So I want to thank you very
Yeah,
much.
man. I love, I always think of help the ones around you. A lot of people are jealous of the friend group. They're jealous of people, they grew up with. I've seen it firsthand where they will never want to see like their best friend or like someone in their family doing better than them. I was never like that. If I'm winning, I want my whole team to win.
Absolutely.
I want to be like that. Like, for example, Andrew Tate. You see him and his circle. They always have each other's back. I think that's a beautiful thing. How would it look? You're chilling with a multimillionaire. He doesn't give a fuck about you. He just calls you to go, party on the weekends. He uses you as entertainment. You're the life of the party. But where is he when he's making business deals? Where is he when he wants to bring you up? Yeah. Nowhere to be found.
See, this is the thing, guys. The reality is that when you have a strong team, you're able to do things much better, much more efficient than if you were to do it alone. You have to have the right accountants, the right lawyers, the right business partners to be able to go further. Now imagine being a lone wolf. You're like a pencil. You take that pencil, it's easy to break. You take 2-3 pencils, put them together, try to bend those pencils and break them. Not so easy. If you stick together, it's very hard to break a good team.
Guys, always remember, it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah. So let's go back to the subject of people hating and people laughing and joking and mocking us when we first started doing TikTok. What was your experience when it came to people in your neighborhood growing up when you first started doing social media?
So I did get fired because my HR office, my HR manager actually saw my live streams where I was talking very, vulgar, derogatory. It's all fun and jokes. I like to make people laugh.
Dark humor.
There's a dark humor side to it. So I got fired from that. I was unemployed. I was getting unemployment during the time of COVID. Remember, the government was giving us like $900 a week or whatever. That was more. This shit was more than what I was making at my job.
Those stimmies were hitting.
And I was like, bro, there's no way I'm looking for a job. And my friends were working at the time. And my friend, they used to come, oh, bro, what are you doing with your life, man? TikTok is not your bread and butter, man. Go find a fucking job. Go do this. I never listened. It was making videos was my passion. So like entertaining is my passion. They always say, do what you love. You'll become successful at it. And I remember my friend used to come. And, they used to go out to these places, that places, and like they sort of putting it in my face. It was one friend in particular. But, dude, over time, I put in the work, stayed consistent, posted my content. Live streaming came out. I became one of the top streamers in America when it came to battles. And over time, you see people that, they stop talking to you. They come out of nowhere, out of their little rabbit holes.
See, I'm a firm believer that people love to be in your life when you're either looking good, doing good, or find something beneficial from you, okay? So when people back in the day were making fun of me and my brother, when we were doing TikToks and we were posting videos, these same people now are calling us trying to see if we could advertise their business or we could hang out with them because they know the type of women that we are surrounding ourselves with. Because the reality
not even
is,
the women, the lifestyle.
In general, there are men out there that love being around beautiful women, and now a lot of more beautiful women are around us because of the status. Some women are status driven. They look at men with status, influence, and they want to be around these type of men. So these type of women want to be around us now. All these type of guys that were like, look at these birds. Look at George Morcos, Michael Morcos, these birds, these clowns. Look at these videos they're posting. They're a bunch of birds. But guess what? I guess you want to hang out with the birds now.
Guys, they come back. People that you haven't seen in years. Or people that talk behind your back. They'll come up to you. How can I post the video? What should I post? What do you do?
Preach.
What is the description in the video?
Preach.
How are you getting these fucking views? How is the money work? Listen, man.
Should I use hashtags?
Listen, man. People like to make their parents happy. Their parents installed like installed. I don't know, whatever. Who cares? Anyways, my grammar is making me millions. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
All right, man. All right. Well, that's our social media story. I mean, let's redirect. What's dating like for you, man, during this whole social media thing, man? Because it's not like you have an average 9 to 5. Like, what's dating like for you nowadays, man? How do you incorporate dating into your life now that you are a live streamer, you're a TikToker, you're an influencer, whatever?
Very hard. It's very hard.
Why?
Because, we're not working the same schedule as other people are working. They work during the day, and, they come home. We are like their TV. People come home, and rather than watching Netflix or the news, they'll tune into our lives.
Yeah.
The difference is we are actually communicating. We're interacting with people.
Okay. But fuck all that.
Yeah.
Why is it difficult for you to date?
Oh, dating. There's no time. There's no time.
Yeah.
My priorities are straight.
Good.
I want to level up.
As a man should, you always got to prioritize your craft. As a man, it should be mandatory for a young man to prioritize his craft. Stop focusing on women. Women are not going to pay the bills, okay? When you pay the bills, the women will come around, though. I'll tell you that much.
Listen, they're already talking to every man. Every man is in their DMs. They're entertaining it. They have nothing better to do. Why give the satisfaction?
Yeah.
That, I'm talking to Nems. I'm talking to Michael. I'm talking to George.
Yeah.
A low-value man is also talking to that girl. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to waste my time. I don't waste my time. There's money to be made. Yeah. There's a bigger, brighter future. I look at a bigger picture. It's very hard to date.
Yeah. Well, I have a piece of advice. Okay, to the women out there. You are either going to build with a busy man or babysit a broke one. Make your decision. Because these men that are wealthy, these men that have status that you are after, that you are looking for, that you want to build with, are not going to really have that much time for you because they're going to be prioritizing all those things that you want him to provide for.
And that brings up another topic, masculine versus feminine energy. Yes. A lot of men are in their feminine energy because they rely on the woman who's giving masculine traits. I have my own money. I don't need your money. I have my own money. These masculine women, you're not in your feminine state. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A man wants a woman. If everyone played their roles, there wouldn't be as many divorces. There wouldn't be all these breakups. There wouldn't be cheating. A lot of men, they're working. But if you look at the population, how many people are really making about 6 figures? You see what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm going to make a good point because you talked about 6 figures now. I was watching a video earlier before this little podcast we got going on right now. There was a man asking a young lady, what kind of man do you desire to have? And she says he has to be between 35 and 45, needs to make at least $100,000, needs to be 5'10" or above, cannot be fat, has to be in shape, somewhat good looking. Do you want to know the percentage of these type of men out there? Less than 1%. Women feel entitled to be with these type of men.
And I blame it on social media.
Correct.
I blame it on social media. You girls are seeing all these memes. Justin LA Boy on Instagram.
Oh, Lord.
Meme pages like that. You girls are living in a fantasy world. TikTokers, I'm not going to lie. A lot of these TikTokers, us for example, we're posting shit for views. We cater for views. So when or any other creator says,
and that's just keeping it raw. You're keeping it real. Like a lot of people are not going to sit around and talk about how us as creators are posting certain things for certain reasons, certain agendas. A lot of people will make believe that they believe in these things. We're just keeping it real. Like we'll post certain things and we just joke about it and say, yeah, we posted for clout, we posted for views. A lot of influencers won't really speak up on that.
Speak up on it. And like for example, fly her out to Dubai, take her to Chanel. Put $5,000 in her purse. Pay her nails. You girls, every girl now thinks that they are entitled to such treatment. When in reality, only a small percentage of men can provide that. Yeah. A very small percentage. And those that very small percentage of men who can do that have a big percentage of women to choose from, a big pool.
Yeah, but I do believe that it is a man's biological obligation and duty to provide. But when it comes to the super luxurious things like, come baby on my super yacht, I go take you to Louis Vuitton, I book flight to Mykonos, 5-star this, 5-star that. That is just a little bit extra that 99% of men cannot do. So it's important that women understand that, yes, it is a man's duty to provide and protect and do what he can. But I think it's just more so the
basics.
The basic necessities to make sure you have a roof over your head, make sure that you're never hungry, making sure your kids are protected and you are protected, making sure that the family is united and there's no division amongst the children and the parents. You know, I think it has to be a traditional way of thinking for women to understand that this is what men can offer, and not to expect all that crazy luxurious thing. There's nothing wrong for a woman to want a man to provide more and do better.
The problem is they're looking at social media. This girl's posting with this bag. She's in this car. She's on this vacation. So automatically, she's influencing everyone around her to live the same fucking lifestyle.
They're influencing bad behavior. There are women out there that you see them in Dubai, you see them in Mykonos, you see them in nice cars. What do you think they're doing to get there? You think they're going to church with him on Sunday? I don't think so. And then you got women looking at these type of women and trying to be just like them and trying to figure out how they're doing it. Well, then all of a sudden you got the good girl that went to private school, okay, or all girls school, posting bikini photos, flying to Dubai, doing certain nasty things to men just to get the type of lifestyle they think they deserve.
There's actually news articles on this. Girls, there was an article about it. They interviewed this, I think, OF model or whatever. And she said, we get flown out to Dubai. They pay us $20 to $30, $40,000 for a few nights. But the way they treat us, they shit on us, they piss on us. There's a story on it. There's articles about it. Wow. You guys don't see what goes on behind the scenes. And everyone posts their best picture. Social media is all happy. No one posts their downtime. No one posts their best time, their downtime, or, you know, moments where, you know, they lost it all. Yeah. It's always happiness, showing off the best the best times of their life. And I think that's fucked society, man.
Yeah. We worry way too much about what everybody thinks. You know, so when you post a picture, when I post a video, when women post photos and videos, they really feel like, oh, let me post this angle, let me edit this, let me edit that. In reality, people might look at it for just a second or two and then just scroll right past and not really give a shit anymore, man. Like, people really think they're more important than they really are. You know? People really don't give a shit out there, man. People will go back into their normal lives, man. They're not going to be thinking about the photo you posted 2 weeks ago. It's really not that deep.
Bro, these girls, guys, they go to a surgeon to make their face look like the filter they have on Instagram, on Snapchat, TikTok, whatever it is. I think the main root is social media, man. Back in the days, you know, dating was way different. If there was a problem between a couple, they would sit down and they would work it out with each other. Nowadays, if you're not doing what I want, there's someone else that will.
Yeah.
And it puts everyone on like walking eggshells.
Yeah.
You fuck up once, there's someone else. But over time, you start to realize everyone is the same. Everyone, there's the same bullshit everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just, how much are you going to tolerate?
It all goes back to this. It's very simple. Everyone is seeking instant gratification. Instant gratification is what people believe in nowadays. They think, oh, I want to lose weight. How can I do it the quickest way possible? Oh, I want to have a man like this. I want a woman like that. Everyone is looking to find somebody quick, build a relationship with them quick, get married quick. Oh, it's not going to be you, like you said. It's not going to be you. It's going to be somebody else. Instant gratification. Oh, that's not going to work out? Next. There's no delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is what builds core relationships, builds a relationship that will last. You want to lose weight and keep the weight off? You got to do it the right way. Stop cutting corners. Whatever you do in life, you cannot cut corners. You have to do it the right way. There's a right way and there's a wrong way.
Slow and steady wins the race. You heard that saying before, right?
absolutely.
Slow and steady wins the race. When you gain something quick, fast money, you lose it fast. Fast fame, you will lose it fast. If you work, dedicate yourself to your craft, and it takes time to build, it's harder to lose.
Yeah.
It's like getting a car. You never worked for it. Your father gifted you a car, for example. You got it right away, instant gratification. You're not gonna treat it like it's a girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not gonna treat it and take care of it, wash it. But if you work for it, it takes time. You save up your money. You put the down payment for the car. You will treat that car so much different.
Absolutely, brother. I agree with you 100%.
And this brings up the topic of red flags.
Yes, red flags. Absolutely. What do you find to be the biggest red flag when you take a woman out?
One of the biggest red flags is when I'm sitting down with a girl, and this happens a lot. She plays victim. She will bring up all the things that her exes did to her. And a lot of girls do this. My ex was a piece of shit. He wouldn't let me do this. He wouldn't let me do that. When a girl talks like that to me, like when she tells me a story like that, I automatically, that is the biggest red flag, ladies and gentlemen. It could go for guys as well. But I feel like guys, they will take blame for what they did. Yeah, they'll say, yeah, that bitch was crazy or whatever. But at the end of the day, sometimes guys, they do admit their faults.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of women talking about, my ex didn't do this. My ex treated me this way. He was just so controlling. She is the problem.
Yeah.
And you know what? You girls might disagree with me, but over time, that mask that you're wearing falls off, and we see the bigger picture. We see everything.
Yeah. Now, we spoke about this earlier about men taking accountability. When I go on dates and a woman approaches me about my ex and why we broke up, I'll turn around and say we had our differences. I messed up here. She did this, but I kind of messed up here. I'll take accountability. There are men out there that take accountability for the mistakes that they made, but that's the only way to grow. That's the only way to improve yourself as a man. You need to take accountability. Now, women, the advice that I would give women is stop playing that victim role every time you are on dates, making yourself look like the angel and your man or your ex-man was the problem. Your ex-man was the problem, then why'd you stick around for the time being? That's the biggest issue we have with women nowadays, man. They do not take accountability. Not all, but some do not take accountability, man. And they should work on taking accountability in order to improve themselves, just like men are.
Yeah.
What's
your type of girl?
My type of girl. Okay. I believe the most attractive thing when it comes to a girl is a woman that's God-fearing. If a woman is God-fearing, has core values, that tradition of believing what she reads in the Bible, in the scriptures, that type of woman is less likely to make the mistakes you wouldn't want a woman doing. A woman that is nurturing, a woman that would be a great mother for my children, a woman that can recharge my batteries and emotionally and psychologically support me when I come home. So then this way, the following day, when I go to war, I'll feel recharged.
Right.
When it comes to physical, listen, I like certain type of women. You like certain type of women. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
Nobody has the same taste. So what I might find beautiful, you might not find beautiful, and that's okay. But I don't really necessarily have a type when it comes to women. I think women are beautiful in each and every way God made them. Now, everybody has their own taste, and that's fine with me. What about you?
As long as she's breathing. That's all that matters. She could walk and breathe. I'll take it. I'm kidding. No, a woman, like you said, God-fearing. She's, she's my backbone. Family-oriented. She has values. She supports me in what I do. If I'm feeling down, she's there to, provide her feminine energy which allows a man, it motivates a man to work harder.
Yeah.
It's something that there's an energy a woman gives a man that he cannot find within himself.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of having a good woman by your side.
Yeah.
But nowadays, people live in this illusion when it comes to relationships. When you first meet a man or you first meet a woman, you you paint this picture in your head of the future with that person, and I think that really fucks somebody up. Because the reality is that like that person is not what you imagine them to be.
Yeah.
That picture you're painting in your head is really not what that person is. And over time, you know, the mask seems to fall off. You see different sides of them, and you set yourself up for failure, heartbreak.
Yeah.
You become a different animal.
Yeah.
But don't look at it as a bad thing. This type of heartbreak could also, you know, motivate you to reach new goals. If you just learn how to take that energy and convert it into, you know, positivity,
Yeah.
either hitting the gym, you know, working on yourself, making more money, staying motivated, staying busy. I think it's a blessing.
Yeah.
But, you know, that it all falls down to that illusion that people paint in their and they paint in their minds. Oh, me and this person are going to live like this. This person's going to be like that. Dude, you're just going to end up fucking yourself.
Yeah. I mean, since we're on the topic of masculine and feminine energy, I truly do not believe that men and women are equal. And I know a lot of people are going to be triggered by this, but the reality is that there are so many things that men are good at that women aren't. And there are so many things that women are great at that men aren't. And that's the beauty of it. When we come together, we can form that 100%. We can balance each other out, you know? Are we equals when it comes to humanity? Yes, we're equally humans, but we're not equal. We're not the same when it comes to other things.
A woman can make
A house?
a house a home.
Yeah.
A man can't do that for himself. When you come home from work, it's the woman that makes that house. You know, you feel comfortable. That energy that it gives, it's from a woman.
Exactly. So it's very simple, ladies. I build the fucking house, you make it a home, and we're all a happy family.
But nowadays, you know, the man can't provide, so the woman has to start fucking hustling. And, you know, the roles are reversed.
Yeah.
Fights are breaking out. Cheating is going on. But if you look at the statistics, not a lot of men are able to provide based off, you know, what they do as a career.
Yeah.
Men have become lazy.
You know, it's so funny, man. The core problem that we have in today's generation is that there's no more tradition. You know, that tradition of men working, women staying at home, taking care of the children, that is dead nowadays. And women are like, yeah, you know what? Women had to stay with their men, and they dealt with that. They had to be with them, and these men were cheating. And they because I tell them, like, listen.
But I feel like the government has set it up that way.
Yeah, but you know what it is? So I can really pinpoint. When men and women got married back then, they stayed together. Men provided, women did what they had to do at home and nurtured and took care of the children. It worked. Tradition worked. Religion helped. Now, we just steered in the wrong direction, and women will turn around and say, well, you know what? The reason being that they stuck around was because they were so dependent on the man and they hated him and they didn't really want to be with him and all this and that and the third. But if you ask my grandmother, you ask my mother, you ask majority of people's grandparents, they can easily say that they were happily married back then. And my grandparents, my grandmother, for God's sakes, turns around and tells me, my God, how are women acting? How are women treating these men nowadays? Why are they treating men the way they are? You know, my own grandmother turns around and tells me these women have lost their minds. That tradition is dead. Maybe if we focused on going back to tradition, maybe there wouldn't be that many divorces. Maybe if women obeyed and were submissive to men, and when I mean obeyed, people are going to get triggered. Oh my God, obey. Why would he say that? When I mean obey is respect him, admire him for the things that he does for you. Because he loves you, he cares about you. Obey is not a bad term to use. It means that you admire him, you listen to him, you want him to lead the way. If a man leads the way and he's good at leading the way and he fulfills everything you've ever asked for, why not?
And that brings up another topic. Men will go above and beyond. They will do everything in the world for you if you give them that energy. Tell me
Yeah,
not.
absolutely, bro. Let me tell you something.
When you demand something from a man, you want something from a man. He has to do this. He has to do that. It doesn't make a man want to do anything for you. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that attitude.
But when you give that fucking when you're his backbone, you respect him, you make him feel like the king he is. Yeah. You will see the things that he does for you.
If a man cannot feel a king in his own home, how the hell do you expect him to be a king in reality?
Submissive.
Conquer?
Some submissive.
That's
in the right way.
And women will get triggered. What do you mean submissive? What do you mean obey? It's not a bad way to be, man.
It's not.
Man looks at being a woman being submissive as a warm, nurturing, loving human being that listens to him and doesn't break his fucking balls and makes his house feel like a home. And it's just a sweet feeling that you as a man want to give this person the world. You want to support her. You want to support her dreams as well. You want to pursue everything that she wants in life. You know, like you want to give everything to this woman.
But you know when a girl's like, we want a man to take charge. As soon as we take charge, we're controlling.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
We're controlling. But we're not trying to be controlling. How do you want a man
To lead the way.
to lead the way, and when he does, you don't like it, and all of a sudden he's controlling? It's just it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Everything is
The
fucked
roles
up. Man.
the roles are reversed nowadays, man. Unfortunately, the roles are reversed in today's generation, and we're heading down a wrong path. Hopefully, people can come back to religion, tradition, and maybe we can see some change in the percentage of divorces nowadays.
Oh, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah,
It's gonna get worse.
I feel really bad for my children, man. Our children, if we ever have any children, that's gonna get even worse. But
They always ask me, Nems, do you ever see yourself wanting kids? I see the way I treated my parents, bro. It's gonna be even worse for me, you know? Oh, it's gonna be bad.
yeah. All right, let's move on to the topic of cheating.
Cheating.
I know people might be triggered by some comments that we make, but I think it'll be for the best for people to hear. Why do you think women cheat? Why do you think men cheat?
Why do women cheat? Emotionally. Everything is emotion. Women think with their emotions, you know? They'll make decisions based off emotions. If they're not getting the attention or the love that they want, there's another man giving them more attention. A man will cheat because he thinks with his other head. At the end of the day, he'll cheat, but he'll come home to you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of girls are like, he cheated on me, so I left him. But let me ask you something, Michael. If he was providing for you, protecting you, you were living a lifestyle that not a lot of men could provide for you, you think the girl would still leave?
No.
I'm talking real, like you're living
No.
far. You're everything for you is taken care of. You don't have no worries.
A smart woman, okay, will deal with a cheater that makes her cry in a Rolls Royce rather than a man that is broke, cheats on you anyway, but makes you cry in a Kia.
So yeah, I mean, a lot of men do cheat. I do believe there's still that small percentage of men, high value men, of course, that don't cheat.
I don't think it has to do anything with high value.
It
though.
does.
I don't. You know why? And I disagree with you on that. I don't think it has to do with the man being high value or not, because there's so many high value, high profile men that cheat. You see it in celebrities. I think it has more to do with insecurities and how that man or woman
It has to do with
feels internally.
status.
You know?
It has to do with status. At the same time, these particular men that do cheat though, growing up, I believe that they never had play. They never had attention from girls. They always had to chase a girl.
Yeah.
So that chase is always in them. For example, us, we get a lot of girls in our DMs.
Yeah.
As an influencer, whether you're a girl or a guy, you have a bunch of people in your DMs, right? It gets to a point where, like, in the beginning, it's fun. It's like, wow, shit. Of
course.
Look at all these look at these baddies, you know? Look at these baddies. They're all in my DMs. But over time, it's like, dude, it's the same fucking message.
Yeah.
The same, another girl with an ass, another girl with tits. All asking me that, where are you from? Boring. What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want?
See, I look at it this way. I look at it this way. When we first started social media, we're getting attention from women, whatever. It was exciting in the beginning. Oh my God. Oh, Brazilian girl. Oh, Colombian. Oh my God, Greek girl. Oh my God, Italian, Lebanese, Albanian, Armenian. It was like a fruit salad. Oh, I got my banana one day. I got my orange one day. Watermelon, strawberries, blueberries. I'm having like a fruit basket over here. You know, I get to choose which one I want to eat each and every day. Yeah, it was fun in the beginning, but it gets tiring, man.
Bro, it's boring, bro.
I rather focus on my dreams, my ambitions, my passions, and when the right time comes, I'll be with one woman that can have traits of each and every one of those women in one, and I feel complete with this one person and happy with this person. It's a headache dealing with too
And
many
this
women.
is
man.
why, Michael, a lot of guys don't take out girls.
Yeah.
This is why a lot of girls, there's too many options. Same with you girls. You won't go out with a lot of guys. You know, as a man, it's like, I have all this attention. Do you want to go out or not? If not, there's another one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just end up sleeping with them. There's no more dating. Like, I'm not going to waste my time to take you to a restaurant. Back in the days, ladies and gentlemen, back in the days, there used to be girls that I used to like just hit up in the DM. Late nights, what are you doing? Nothing. You want to come over? Sleep with them right on the spot, bro. It was that easy. The next week, you see her on a fucking date, flowers. Another man is fucking taking her to this lavish restaurant. Yeah, he might prioritize her, but it's like the girl doesn't even prioritize herself. She doesn't have value within herself.
We're going back to instant gratification, brother. Everybody's replaceable nowadays, and unfortunately, that's just the way the society works, and we're heading in the wrong path. You know, but
That also came from a time when, you know, I wasn't working on myself. I was depressed with myself. You know, I found my pleasure in just sleeping around.
yeah.
Back in the early 20s.
Well, you've grown.
Broke.
You've grown. You came a long
Yeah,
way,
man.
man. Now,
I
you prioritize yourself. You've grown and you've taken accountability, and you were never in denial. You took accountability for the mistakes that you've made or the experiences you've had, if you want to call it experiences. And
And you know what? It's honestly like you're exchanging your energy. I've worked so much on myself. You know, I work day in, night out. And why would I exchange my energy with someone else who doesn't even deserve it? I don't even know who that person is. I don't know what she's giving me. You
there's
know
so
what I'm
many-
saying?
there's so
Her,
many-
it's
yeah, man, that energy you attract, you absorb, you exchange. Focus on yourself, man. Connect with God. Stop exchanging these energies with all these different people.
and people always say, wait till the right one comes.
Yeah.
I don't believe there's a right one. There's no such thing as the right one. There's no such thing as soulmate. If you look at your past relationships, you'll see that every relationship fell under the same pattern. You know why? You have to blame yourself.
Yeah.
Michael, you have to blame yourself. Why? Because, you know, you never worked on yourself. You never had time to be alone, to really get to know yourself better, fix the things that are, you know, you need to work on.
Yeah.
You find your happiness. You don't love yourself enough, so you have to find your happiness through somebody else. And if you take a look, all the relationships that you've had over time, they all end the same way. They always end the same way. Nothing has ever changed. And people say, well, you need to work on yourself. It's a learning experience. I don't believe it's a learning experience, to be honest with you. I don't think people learn lessons from a past relationship. That's why there's a lot of trauma, you know? They bring that trauma into the next relationship. Even if you take 2 years to yourself.
I don't want none of that shit. I don't want nobody's trauma to come onto me, brother. If a woman brings some sort of trauma or indication of trauma, I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm not a professional psychologist. I'm not Bob the fucking Builder. I'm not gonna sit here and try to play a psychologist. I'm sorry. I'll do what I can, but if you have not healed yourself, I am not here to heal you. I'm not a healer.
A lot of these girls, they get cheated on. They'll come start talking to you months later. I'll be like, when was your last relationship? 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't think about him anymore. And they won't, right? But that subconscious mind, I've been cheated on before, so every guy's going to cheat on me.
Exactly. They have
You
not
don't
healed
learn.
the idea. They have not healed the idea of understanding that every person is different. Because one man has cheated on you, because one man has mistreated you, does not necessarily mean each and every person you date after that is going to do the same to you. Don't let your past traumas change your perception of maybe having a blessing in your life in the future, a person that will treat you really good, you know?
It all comes down to you.
Yeah.
Also, you could be the one that's perfect. You're not insecure in the relationship. You're not, controlling in the relationship. You know your worth. You love yourself. If that other person hasn't learned that yet, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked. There's always a honeymoon stage, but once feelings come into play, you're fucked.
Yeah, man.
All the past trauma comes up, stems up to the surface, all because of feelings. Feelings bring up all the past trauma that you've gone through in life. And I believe no one fully heals. I believe people do work on themselves to make themselves a better person, whether it's going to the gym, making more money, staying busy. But the past traumas will always be there.
Yeah. Men have to work on perfecting their craft. A lot of men are not focusing on their craft. Do what you're good at. and work on the things that you aren't good at. Stop focusing on chasing women.
But they're miserable throughout the week, and they yeah.
And they
They don't like
also,
what they do.
You know what it is? A lot of men are watching all these social media influencers or whatever, super wealthy men on social media, and they get insecure about that. And women do the same thing. Women get insecure about other women on social media, and just, we're living in a crazy time right now, man.
Yeah.
So,
That's it, huh?
what was your? Hold on, last question. Who was your freaking hero growing up?
Who did I look up to the
Who
most?
who did you look up to the most?
Cristiano Ronaldo, man.
Cristiano Ronaldo?
I was also a soccer player, but Cristiano Ronaldo, his work ethic, his mentality, the way he carries himself,
Yeah.
he was my idol growing up. I always wanted to be a professional soccer player.
Did you?
I didn't have dreams for or ambition for anything else. And as soon as I injured myself at 19 years old, I tore a ligament in my ankle. It never fully healed. I needed the surgery. I never got the surgery, but after that, I was fucked. I was like, oh, college.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even know what I wanted to study. I did bio. I wanted to become a doctor at first. I wasn't doing good. I wasn't good with books. I just wanted to make my parents happy, and ended up doing accounting. Cheated my whole way through fucking college, and I ended up here. I don't know. Like I said,
Take his diploma back.
like I said, man, there's no plan. You just know where you want to be in life, and somehow, like a floating leaf, the wind will take you this way, that way, up, down, left, right, and you'll get there. I believe that your thoughts become your reality. So if it's positive, you have a good outlook on life, positivity comes to you. The law of attraction. You have a negative mindset, you put yourself down. Words of affirmation, horrible. You'll end up a failure. I do have bad, thoughts sometimes. I do think low of myself at times, but for the most part, you got to catch yourself. That's the key. Catch yourself. And always constantly imagine it. Constantly. And let that thought go. And over time, it'll come to you. Everything that I've ever wanted in life, when I was younger, like in my early 20s, I have it now. The thoughts I have now, hopefully in 5 years, 10 years, I'll be at a different level. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but...
They will, but I can promise you will not be a professional soccer player.
No.
Sorry, Cristiano Ronaldo, a little out of reach, buddy. Yeah, man. But I'm glad Cristiano Ronaldo is a good idol to have, man. He works really hard. He's a very hard worker.
Yeah.
Very hard. One of the hardest working soccer players, man.
What about you? Who did you look up to?
I've always looked up to Aristotle Onassis.
Aristotle.
Aristotle Onassis. He was the richest man in the world, being that he is also Greek. I looked up to him, man. He was a ladies' man, and he had a very short structure as well. He was like, I think he was like 5'5". We're about 5'8". So it's just his physical and mental and ladies' man type of agenda that he had, this thing that he had going on, man. I've always looked up to him, man, and he was so business minded. So that business minded, driven personality that he had, you could say, was always something that intrigued me, and I always looked up to him, man. So Aristotle Onassis, very intelligent man as well, So if you guys don't know much about Aristotle Onassis, please look him up, man. It's a pretty cool story. But I think that should do it for us, right? That was our episode for Back Against the Wall. I'm so happy to be here with you.
It was a pleasure, bro.
It was a pleasure. And until next time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Take care.